Hello, welcome to Untapped Libraries, the podcast where we talk to interesting people about their favorite Magic decks. Untapped Libraries is part of the Podcavern Network. I'm 50% of your hosts, Neil.
I'm the other 50% of your hosts, Vinny.
So this episode, we have an Isshin deck that doesn't entirely rely on attacking, at least not directly, and I'm really excited about it. Vinny, we're doing our second recording in 2 days, and normally we follow up with each other to see what we've been doing in the Magic world, but it's only been about 22 hours.
Yeah, but we did play a game of Commander in between those two.
We did, that's true.
Yeah, so you came over just as you are over today, and then we played a game with my son, the 3-person Commander game.
And I played my Isshin deck, inspired by our guest, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, and I played my Kokusho deck, and Ben played Chatterfang.
Yeah,
that deck is a nightmare. We had a debate whether it was a 3 or a 4 yesterday.
Yeah,
because he says there's no game changers and it's a 3. It's an interesting start of a discussion. You can theoretically make something that has none of the game changers, no tutors, but plays like a 4.
And you could also make a deck that has a bunch of game changers
and plays like a 1.
Plays like a 1 or a 2, I guess. If you,
the way I play, my 4s play like a 1.
You have like 75 lands and a bunch
and 25 tutors. That's it.
25 tutors. Yeah, nice. I've been working a bit on a CDH deck. Well, it could be a CDH deck one day, but it's probably going to be a bracket 4.
If it makes a wish and it grows up to be a CDH deck.
More like if I win the lottery and can afford Mox Diamond and Mox Opal and
right. But yeah, we play with proxies, so I don't know if that needs to stop you.
I know, but I like to paint on the cards. I'd like to make a cohesive deck that I actually own, and then I'll keep my proxied CDH deck, but I just want one that I have the cards for.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. Who's your commander for the CDH deck?
It's a Plagon, the Starfish Wizard. Basically, all it does is it enters, looks for creatures with big butts, and draws a card. So, it gets absurd in my... I'm trying to goldfish it because I know that's sort of the proper...
I think you can call it Starfish for this one. You're going to Starfish it.
I'm going to Starfish it. Yeah. Good one. Yeah, so
it's not a good one when someone says good one.
I've had a heck of a week here, Benny. It's been a crazy week. I think we should get to it. And
sure, yeah, let's bring our guest in.
So this week's guest is Command Zoe.
Come on in, Zoe.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I really appreciate you joining us today.
My genuine pleasure.
So can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and maybe how you got into Magic?
Yeah, I got into Magic when I was single digits years old because Pokemon cards were literally impossible to find when they first released. So my parents were like, this is the same thing, right? And they're only $2 a pack. I know, right? $2 a pack. So I bought a pack of it to see if I liked it, and I didn't know how to play, but I liked the art a lot, especially the lands. My first pack was Urza's Legacy.
Oh, nice.
I opened a foil Tinker that I destroyed as a child, destroyed, and also a Delusions of Mediocrity, but I didn't realize that was the rare because the Tinker was foil. And if we're being honest, a much stronger card.
Absolutely.
Do you still have the Tinker, or is it?
I do not. I traded it because I'm not a blue player, if we're being honest. I am basically every type but blue.
Right. So Aragorn the Uniter.
Yeah, definitely.
Hot Abzan?
Abzan for sure, or minus blue is what me and my friends call it.
Yeah. Oh wait, Aragorn is non-black.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I assume he's non-blue because he's not a bad guy.
Yeah, or a wizard.
Yeah, that too. I started playing then. I got in more competitive when Onslaught came out. Sort of badly competitive. And then by the time Mirrodin had come out, I had sort of learned how to be good.
Okay. I was going to ask
And-
if you meant badly competitive, as in you weren't very good, or badly
Yeah.
competitive as you took it way too seriously.
No, the first one. Like I was bad at Magic, but I wanted to be good at it, and I was playing competitive tournaments. I opened 4 tooth and nails in a booster box of Mirrodin and built
Mhm.
Elfin Nail because of that, and
Mhm.
fell in love with comp Magic.
Love it.
Played it for a long time. Arena came out, hit #1 on Arena one time.
Oh, you
Ooh.
did. Wait, in draft
Yeah.
or in constructed?
Constructed. Historic was the format that I mostly play still.
Very cool.
That's how I got my job at was MTGA Zone,
Mhm.
and I sort of had some stuff happened. Middle.
Sure.
Changed genders, and sort of got back into Magic after taking a couple year break. The deck I hit #1 with was the Field of the Dead historic deck before it got banned the first time. It's been banned or suspended like 2 or 3 times in historic.
Mhm.
And then I switched to EDH content because everybody plays EDH, and
Mhm.
my friends wanted to play it. And I started streaming. Well, I got asked by Onion Bug, if you've heard of her, to play Pendragon, which is a niche format made by Grubblethorn 1. Sort of got into that on Amanda's stream, and then I like the attention. Oh my god, the winning on stream live, people laughing at my jokes while I'm beating them at Magic. I was like addicted. I was like, I need to do this as much as I can, and I wasn't getting asked on shows, so I was like, I'm just gonna do this myself.
Awesome.
Then that was 3 months ago, December 28th, right after PAX. Because I went to PAX and met a bunch of the people that I had played with, which was super cool. And
That always looks like a good time.
oh my goodness, I had so much fun. I hadn't been like to a Magic convention before. So, but this was like slightly before I've started streaming. So now that since I've started streaming and I've met so many people, and I went from 20 followers in December to I'm at like 900 something right now.
Amazing.
And it's just been like nonstop. So many people wanting to play and meeting so many incredible people. Everyone has been extremely nice to me. I've had 0 bad interactions with anybody that's been on any of my shows or any of their shows. Like, got a new job writing for cardgamer.com.
I love it.
Like, the people in this community treat me better than my family treats me.
Right. Yeah,
Like-
that can happen.
I love it here, and I am just so grateful to be in this community and to have been like brought in by everybody and to be meeting everybody. It's I love Magic.
Oh, that's so
it's
great to hear.
beautiful. Yeah. Like I mean, like any community, obviously there are going to be people who know
Yeah.
cause trouble, but I love the fact that I've also had like 0 problems. Like I've never even I go to a pre-release and everyone is just so kind and welcoming and open-hearted and generous. I think there's something about the Magic community. I don't think you get very far in it if you're not at least can be a halfway decent person.
Yeah, I mean, and who wants to watch that sort of content?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a sort of natural gate to it too, I feel
I
like.
agree.
But it is amazing. Like, the people I work with at Space Cow are so nice and welcoming. Like, they checked on me before my parents did when like big things were happening in the world. And I'm just like, I never want to leave the Magic community. People keep saying like, don't burn out. I'm like, no. You don't understand. Everything else out there, that's like, this is where I come to get away from that.
Right.
This is recharging.
I only want to be doing this.
Right. I totally hear that.
That's the problem, because there's real stuff that I need to be doing.
I don't really want to talk about bad stuff happening in the world, but
Yeah, I just want to think about good stuff.
definitely Magic is such a nice escape. And it's just like where I go to not think about everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just such a nice little community that we have here.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you're joining us and happy to talk about this cool deck that you made featuring
thank you.
your Commander Ishin, 2 Heavens is 1.
So I actually want to give a little preamble. The very first Commander deck, actually the very first paper Magic deck I built, was in 20 or so years after, because I started in Revised, took a break, came back around the first Eldraine, and Ishin was the very first commander deck I ever built.
Nice.
And I really like it, but I look at your deck and I see like how basic my own take on it is. Like I just attack with creatures. Great.
Works though.
I mean,
Super
that's
simple.
kind of what Ishin is about.
Yeah, that's why it's
Yeah.
so much fun. There's
Yeah.
a lot of ways you can build them.
But I love your build. It's really, really,
Yeah,
really
it's
cool.
pretty unique and neat.
Thank you. In case nobody knows, the idea of my build was to find. Ishin is phrased: if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that trigger, that ability triggers an additional time,
Mhm.
which means anybody's creature can cause it to trigger.
Mhm.
And I sort of had only seen people using it as your own attacks, and I wanted to see if there was any way of doing it, and I found curses. And then sort of from there, while searching on Scryfall, I was able to I found the you put in Oracle :quotes whenever a player attacks,
Mhm.
and you will find a bunch of stuff that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
That was sort of the aha moment when I found out that like curses will trigger because even though they enchant other people, they stay on your side of the board. And so do like all of the enchantments that do auras and stuff like that. So
It has to trigger an ability of a permanent you control.
yes, it has to be on
Yeah.
your board. The permanent that's triggering needs to be on your board, but the thing attacking doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So can we read a curse just to give an example of one?
Yeah, let me read my favorite one, which is Curse of Opulence. Enchant player, 1 red. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, create a colorless artifact token named Gold. It has sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. So you can put it on one of your opponents on turn 1, and that will sort of not only incentivize your other opponents that aren't that one to attack that player instead of you. You will get treasures when they do so, but so do you when you attack that player.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the Ishin, it's just 2 per. So
if you attack 3 players, you make 6.
no, the curse only attacks
right. Okay.
one
Yeah.
person. But if you have a bunch of curses on each player and you would send 1 at each of them, all the curses will trigger multiple times.
Right. And it's worth noting that Ishin, for people who don't know, is Mardu colors: red, white, black. And so all these
Yes.
curses are the red ones, white ones, and black ones. And he's 3/4. I might as well just get all of his stats out there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. He's also a samurai, which does have another relevance with
does it?
Ryu Storm's Edge. Yeah. Ryu Storm's Edge is a 4 mana first strike 3/3 whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone. Untap it. If it's the first combat phase of the turn, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. So with Ishin attacking, triggers in the first combat phase twice, you get 2 additional combat phases.
But importantly, it untaps because some of the
Yes.
wording on some of these cards will say if it's the first combat phase, untap them. But here it'll untap each time. So you can attack essentially twice or 3 times with one creature and twice with the rest of your creatures.
Right.
Yeah.
But he has to attack alone the first time.
Yeah.
Just the first time, though, and then you
Yes.
get 2 after that without that.
That's not
Very
bad.
cool. Also, if you have anything like to give it mobilize, the trigger sees it attacking alone.
Oh,
so
right.
even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
those creatures are mobilizing in after, the trigger sees it attacking alone so long as you arrange it to resolve in the right way.
Oh, that's pretty neat. And I see you have things like for when Ishin attack, you have like Maze of Ith to keep him safe.
Yeah, Maze of Ith and Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance.
Great one is
Oh,
Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance is an all-star.
Yeah, so good.
It makes sure that if you can take all of your blockers, all of the things that get blocked that you have out of combat, and just get through with the ones that you want.
You can even then untap them after they do damage. So you can they can do damage. So it's basically all your creatures get vigilance. And also this deck wants, still even with your build, wants to be attacking all the time. And you just can attack without caring at all and just untap the ones that end up in a bad situation.
Which is extra good with that Ryu card we mentioned as well.
Right.
Yeah. So before we get too far into some of these cards, what does like the end game look like for this deck? Like, what are you working towards?
Well, this deck is mostly worried about making tokens in various ways. A lot of the curses will do that, like make zombies for 2 people or make treasures. And then there are cards like Mirkwood Bats and Nadir's Nightblade, as well as doublers and triplers like Ogier Tech and Anointed Procession. And you want to just like get a critical mass of tokens that will deal damage when they enter and leave constantly, with cards like Comball, Profiteering Mayor, Mirkwood Bats, that sort of thing.
And even like Lotho making treasures, or
Yeah,
like you're making all kinds of tokens in this deck.
absolutely. Mobilize as well is a great way of doing it because they automatically sacrifice themselves. I'm very excited to try Mobilize out on this deck.
Yeah. So it just came out with Tarkir. I was going to ask if there were. I mean, now with just Mobilize alone, that's a whole bunch of extra suite of cards that can be added.
Yeah. There are some really, really cool Mobilize cards that I've seen coming out. I don't own all of them yet, but I am excited to try some of them. The only one I actually have so far that I have put it like in the end list is Voice of Victory, which I got at the pre-release. That's going to be a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our LGS was selling them for $8
Yes.
at the pre-release, and
I would have bought that at that price.
I bought one, and I was like, "Why did I not buy 10 of these?"
Yeah.
It's a nutty card. There's also one I really liked that I got in mine. It was a 0/4 with Vigilance, but it had Mobilize 3. So in Ishin, that would be 6 tokens. That'd be,
What's that called?
oh, I'd have to look it up.
But it's like a white and 1 0/4 is Vigilance.
It's 2
Something
and a
like
white,
that.
2 and a white, 0. I think it's 0/3 or 0/4.
I think it's 0/4 Vigilance.
I gotta look this up. I gotta definitely look this up.
But it was great in my sealed deck. It was
because you don't
amazing.
when you attack with it, it doesn't tap, so it still stays like as a wall.
Yeah,
you don't care that it's not doing damage.
It would play into your sort of pillow fort
Yeah.
style as well.
I definitely got to get one of those on here.
I mean, I'm sure it's like 5 cents.
Yeah, I think it was like a common, right?
Uncommon.
Uncommon?
No, I
Uncommon.
probably have one then.
So you're making ton of tokens. You're sacrificing them. They're doing damage. You're going wide. What are some of the other? So what are some of these curses here? So let's go down the curse and see what they do.
So we have 2 to start. We have 2 Curse of Disturbance and Curse of Shallow Graves, which do almost exactly the same thing. They are both the zombie making curses. The only difference is one of them has the zombie enter tapped and the other one does not.
Okay.
Curse of Disturbance is they both cost 2 colorless and a black, but Curse of Disturbance is the slightly better one that has them enter untapped. Unless you're giving to your opponent, in which case maybe the tapped is better, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
The next one, Curse of the Forsaken and Curse of Vitality, also pretty similar cards. Curse of the Forsaken says whenever a creature attacks enchanted player, its controller gains 1 life. And then Curse of Vitality says whenever enchanted player is attacked, you gain 2 life. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. So it's
interesting. So you're really
slightly
motivated.
different. But yeah, it's the whole goal is to just have people attack people that aren't you.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I did not put any life gain in my Ishin deck. My Ishin deck does not care. I also noticed you have some Soul Sisters in this deck too. Soul Tenant
I killed
and
myself
Soul Warden.
on stream.
Oh yeah.
The Lotho combined with I've got a bunch of like Mana Confluence and the Shocklands and the Painlands.
Yeah.
It was too much. I needed a way to not die. The Twilight Prophet wasn't doing it by itself, so I put the Soul's Attendant and the Soul's Warden in originally on top of the curses because they trigger on all of your the zombies that come into play because you're giving them to your opponent and to yourself as well. So it sort of mitigated some of that damage from like the Lotho and the Night's Whisper and all the Painlands and Sign in Blood.
And now they'll also trigger off the mobilizes.
Yeah, they will. I am very excited to see how that works. Oh, and the Talisman's also ping.
Right. So you got some stuff that if you don't take care, you can really wind down your own life totals.
Yeah, for sure.
And not a lot of blocking, at least in my Ishin deck, doesn't really care that much about blocking.
Don't need to.
Wow.
People don't want to attack me when they get paid to attack other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you do have some extra combat stuff going on too.
A few, yeah.
So like Raya, like you mentioned.
Yeah, Ryu's really good in that because getting to get extra attacks means you're getting extra triggers of the curses. So anything that you are doing that you can generate more attacks and generate more tokens is going to like pay off and help you get that close out a win if you need it to. I tend not to win by attacking in this deck unless I think I can think of one time that I've won in attacking, and it was mostly because the other person had played a farewell and completely blown me out. But that sort of made the entire table go after that person, and I was just ended up being the last one standing. It can happen.
I really do find that Ishin draws so much firepower. Like, people do not want that deck out. There's just something about it that's like really kind of scary. So it's really cool you've built it to sort of be a more slow roll deck a little bit. Like, don't attack, let the other people do your work for you.
Right.
Absolutely. That is the main way that it plays. It tries to stay back. It tries to incentivize your opponent to opponents to attack each other rather than you. It makes it expensive to attack you in life. Like cards like Emberwild Captain will. Emberwild Captain says when it enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. And whenever an opponent attacks you while you're the monarch, Emberwild Captain deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in your hand, or sorry, in their hand.
Okay.
So while you're incentivizing them with these curses and the life gain and the zombies, you're also like that's resources that they can spend to gain more cards, and that'll make the Emberwild Captain sort of hit harder.
Totally.
Also, something that's gotten better, I think, because I feel like even when I started Commander maybe 3-4 years ago, card draw was just not as good. So now you're much more likely to have 5 or 6 cards in hand, and then are you going to take 10 or 11 damage just to get one attack in? It's a tricky one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I also have cards like Master Warcraft to... Master Warcraft is a cast this spell only before attackers are declared, and then you choose which creatures attack this turn, and you choose which creatures block this turn and how they block. Notably, you do not get to pick who they attack.
You just choose which are attacking.
You do need to hold off on that until your very last when it's like a 1v1. Is a great way of doing it, because then you can just say, okay, you're going to attack into me with everything and trigger the Marquesas Decrees, the Hissing Miasmas, and just completely take yourself out.
Oh, yeah.
So it's an Ishin deck that can win by being attacked. That's
correct.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
Wow, love it.
Yeah. And you have stuff to keep you alive as well. So, like, Inkshield is a perfectly natural fit in here. If someone decides to, like, go against, like, look, I've put up all these brambles in front of my fortress. You want to come at me, and you might. Here's Inkshield.
I love when Inkshield is relevant because they go through so much to get through all of your stuff. They finally do it. They push in with all their guys, and you're like, okay, I will make 1 million tokens.
Yeah, and then you get 1 million Soul Sister triggers and 1 million, like...
Yeah,
if you have the Nadir's Nightblade out or the Mirkwood Bats.
Oh, yeah, they're just dead.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Or Kambal is another one that's just so good in the token making. Kambal is a new card from relatively new at this point, from OTJ. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your opponent's control, for each of them create a tapped token that's a copy of it, and that only triggers once each turn, but you only attack once each turn, so that's fine. Because all my token stuff, that if they're making tokens, and then it makes them for me too. Because think about that with how Curse of Opulence works, and in Ishin. Okay, they attack somebody. You make 2 treasures. They lose 2 life.
Mm-hmm.
They make 2 treasures. They lose 2 life. You make 2 treasures. Because they made 2 treasures, they lose 2 life.
And you gain 4 life just as a little
6
tiny bonus. 6 life. Oh my gosh.
2 from yours, 2 from
yours.
theirs, 2 from yours that you got from Camball.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, at first I was like trying to keep up the math, but I've played it enough at this point that I sort of have what it does down.
Right. And if Inkshield's not available, you also have Angel's Grace.
Angel's Grace, I have some cards that I've been eyeing as well on top of that, but I don't own, like Teferi's Protection and that new one that gives an extra turn, but I don't own those yet, so I haven't gotten to play test them and see if they have a place. But I do own an Angel's Grace. It's one of my very favorite cards.
It's
Also, gifting a turn seems like it just plays into what the deck's trying to do.
Yeah, it's like, please, by all means, have another attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Have another combat phase.
Just to read Angel's Grace, it's got split second, which means once it's on the stack, people can't add anything else to it, and you can't lose the game this turn, and your opponents can't win the game this turn until end of turn. Damage that would reduce you to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So it kind of like freezes you in place for the round.
Lets you get through those turns where they're trying to finish you off. Yeah. Or if Descent into Avernus is going to trigger you and kill you, which is another one.
I've killed myself with that card a little too
Which
many.
one? Descent
into Avernus.
Yeah, so it's an enchantment, a red and 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, which sounds great for this deck. And Descent into Avernus deals X damage to each player, including yourself, where X is the number of Descent counters on Descent into Avernus. So yeah, that can build up pretty quick.
I love it so much. One of my very favorite cards that's come out recently. It's created micro formats. I put it in any deck that has red. It speeds games up. It gives everybody resources. It's just an all around fun card.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying how this deck is built. And
Thank you.
Your artifacts, so you're using, because you're in colors that don't have a ton of ramp, it makes sense that artifacts are how you get ahead. And so you have a pretty straightforward suite. You got your arcane, you've got your signets,
talismans.
Those, that looks great.
Soul Ring, and that's it. And Treasure Makers is the last.
Right.
one.
Yes.
So it can actually ramp up pretty hard, pretty fast if you get the right Treasure Makers, plus the attack doublers, plus the right number of rocks to go with it. Yeah. Felwar Stone.
And I see you have an Urza's Cave in here. So what are you looking for with Urza's Cave?
Sometimes you're looking for Maze of Ith.
Right.
Sometimes you're looking for Monumental Henge if you need to get like card advantage. But I want to point out 2 cards that have come out in Dragonstorm Tarkir that are great. One, the Great Arashin City.
Perfect.
It is it's like technically Abzan, but it's not printed green. It just says forest on the card, so it's legal.
Right.
It taps for a black, and then it taps for a colorless and a black, and tapping it, and you can exile creature card from your graveyard to create a 1/1 white spirit token. So it can make you like blockers if you need it. That also can trigger all of your token dealing damage stuff. And I don't run any way, or I might run Takenuma from time to time. Takenuma, but I don't run very many ways of getting stuff back from the graveyard. So when things die, they're just sitting there, and I don't like to leave resources sitting on the board with like no way of exploiting them. So it's nice to have one. But the more important one is the Mardu one that they put out called Dalkovan Encampment. It enters tapped unless you control a swamp or a mountain, which you probably will. And then it taps 2 colorless, taps for a white, and then it taps 2 colorless white and it. Whenever you attack this turn, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step.
So kind of like Mobilize 2, basically.
Yeah, it's Mobilize 2, but it's on a stick, and it can trigger multiple times if you have the Ishin out.
Oh yeah, it's whenever you attack this turn, not just once. It's every time you attack.
So if you get the Ryu and you get the extra attacks.
Yes. And you kind of don't even care if they swing it for damage because you really just want the tokens to come and go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're assuming they're going to die anyway, so if they block them, who cares?
Wow. That does work great in here.
That was a very fun card in draft too, or sealed for the pre-release.
Yeah, Ishin ate really well in this set, like really, really well.
So well.
Almost too much.
They printed a new Ishin on an enchantment.
Yeah, Windcraig's Siege is the new one.
Oh yeah, what does that one do, Neil?
It's a enchantment Ishin. It's Boros. So it's a red and a white. When it enters, you can choose Mardu or Jeskai, and the Mardu is just enchantment Ishin. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And the Jeskai, you're probably not going to use it, but it makes a 1/1 goblin token on your upkeep. So it plays into the theme too. I could see a situation where you might...
If you need blockers. I haven't gotten to play it yet, but I could imagine it also it gives that goblin haste and lifelink until end of turn. Right. So I could imagine if you're like low on life and you need like something, playing that out.
For sure. I could definitely see, but that's the desperate move. The Mardu is what you want.
Yeah, getting multiple copies of Ishin. Having it hit 3 times is just... I can't imagine anybody can come back from that. That's so a lot. Much advantage.
Having three triggers is bananas.
The other card that's in here that I did not know existed, which is also from Tarkir, is Infantry Shield, an equipment for 3.
Oh yes, that's a crazy one. That is absolutely crazy.
Equipped creature has Menace and Mobilize X, where X is its power.
X is its power. That is Mobilize X.
Ridiculous. You know what you could do? There's what is it called? It's
Ogre Tack.
Oh, Ogre Tack. Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about it's called... I think I have it in here. Are you talking about the Storm Beacon Blade?
No, it's a equipment that whenever this creature attacks, double its power. Oh. So you could double its power twice. Then mobilize X twice.
So you're getting 8 times.
Ooh. I like that a lot.
That is horrible.
Yeah, I love magical Christmas land cards. Like to me, a lot of Commander is just like, oh boy, if this works, this is gonna be so cool.
Everybody will kill me afterwards, but one person's gonna be real mad.
Yeah. And Storm Beacon Blade, which you also mentioned, is an equipment, a white and 1. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. Not bad right there. Whenever equipped creature attacks, draw a card if you control 3 or more attacking creatures. Seems likely. Equipped for 2. Very reasonable equipment.
If you give it with the Infantry Shield, you'll always have 3 attacking creatures because the +3 from Storm Beacon Blade guarantees you hit that threshold.
Right. Even with that 0/4 vigilance card.
Exactly.
So, and the card I was referencing is called Two-Handed Axe. It's from Baldur's Gate, and it's also got an adventure on it. So you can give a creature double strike.
I remember that.
So you could literally play the instant to give a creature. This is getting into Magical Christmas Land for sure, but play the adventure, play the equipment, equip it to a creature, double its power twice. And it has double strike. That's Magical Christmas Land, and it's
get out some token doublers.
45.
You got a stew going, baby.
Yeah. Oh man, we should also talk about I feel like Ishin's little brother, which is Zergo Stormrender, which also came out in Tarkir.
Yes. I need to get this precon because there are so many things in it for this specific deck. But Mobilize 3 mana, costs the same as Ishin, 3/3, a little bit less toughness. Mobilize 1. So whenever it attacks, you makes a 1/1 that dies at end of turn. And then whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses 1 life. So you say, hey, do you want to block it and let me draw? Or do you want to wait until end of turn and just get obliterated by the end step sack triggers?
Whenever a creature token is a horrible... Anytime you see those words, it's just horrible. And in this deck, it's double horrible.
Yeah. With the any doublers, with any mobilizers, with Camball, the profiteering mayor, where you're letting them make stuff and then, okay, I'll let it die. What a card.
Pretty bananas.
Hardened Tactician is another one that I like that goes really well with Zergo. Hardened Tactician is from the new set, 1 colorless white black, 2/4. 1 colorless, sacrifice a token, draw a card. Very straightforward. Human
Yeah.
Warrior.
Is that a reprint?
I
I
don't know.
don't think it is. It seems
might
like
be.
such a straightforward card.
Yeah.
I had it in my pre-release deck, and it did. I easily drew like 6
Yeah.
or 7 cards.
It's
It
With
was-
Mobilize,
ridiculous.
it's so gross.
yeah,
Right,
it gets
yes.
really gross. Yeah.
But with Zergo Stormrenders Mobilize,
extra
you get
gross.
to pick to sacrifice them in the attack step and get double card draw.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
pretty gross.
This
This
set
is-
is so much fun. I've been having so much fun.
I can see as soon as the set come out, you're like, well, Ishin, here we go.
It was just a great set too. I just love
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
This pre-release is one of the best.
I haven't gotten to try anything other than Mardu because every time I start playing and I think about drafting something else, somebody passes me something crazy in Mardu. It just feels so strong.
It's pretty good.
Yesterday, Vinny said that I was Mardu, which was actually eye-opening to me. That me as a person, I did not think I had black
It's definitely.
in my color identity.
It's okay to have black in your color
Yeah.
identity.
Yeah.
It's not the bad guy color. Everyone
I
knows
know.
the bad guy color is blue.
I just don't think of myself as being ambitious enough to be black. But
I you know what? I think of black as more like self-advocating. That's my generous take
Yeah.
on black.
Brats are black.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a brat. Am I a brat? No.
Could be. Just go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Have a brat summer this year.
Brats.
Absolutely.
You do have one planeswalker in here. Guess from what set it's from. It's Tarkir. It's Elspeth Stormslayer.
It's a token doubler. It's a token doubler that
Yeah.
makes guys on a +1, and it's also removal. But it's mostly there to double tokens. But having the removal is nice, and being able to put +1/+1 counters on creatures is.
Yeah. Each creature you control
yeah.
for 0. And they get
And then it gives them flying. So
Yeah.
it's just a strong card. And if you get
It's
enough
crazy.
creatures wide enough with all the zombies, it can be an alpha strike to end a game.
And that's the thing about Ishin. Sometimes that's all you need. You just need 1 or 2 big turns, and you can end the game. So it's
because it snowballs out of nowhere real
Yep.
quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to point out with Calculating Lich, 4 colorless and 2 black, Menace 5/5. Whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents, that player loses 1 life. So
You don't even care
Yeah.
if this creature attacks or not. That effect in this deck is pretty debilitating.
yeah, but if you do it if you get wide enough with all the token doublers in the Elspeth, 1 attack is all you probably need.
I have a card I actually want to suggest for you because I think it would really fit in this deck.
Absolutely.
It's
I
called-
have my notebook.
Do you know the card Death Kiss?
Is that a red creature?
Yep. It's a red creature
Vaguely.
that has.
I don't remember what it does though.
So what it has is whenever a creature an opponent controls attacks one of your opponents, double its power until end of turn. So you're quadrupling all of your opponent's creatures
When they attack
when they
anyone
attack.
but you.
Well, yeah, unless they attack
Okay.
you.
Yeah, that's something I need to look at.
Yeah,
That's
motivating.
it is 6 mana, but
I have a few of those, and I make a
Yeah.
bunch of treasures, so it's actually
That's
not
right.
the end of the world.
yeah, I just thought that would be perfect in this deck.
Absolutely, that would be perfect. I have Atomic Wielder of Law, which is pretty funny. He has
What is
affinity for planeswalkers.
Has
but
that
he
ever
only
come in? Has that ever
costs-
happened?
I don't have an Elspeth yet, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for it because should I ever get it into play, it reduces that. It only costs 1 colorless, and they gave it affinity. I really don't know why they did that. I think it's a subtle nod to how he's into Rao, their husbands.
Oh,
So just
really?
get that.
Okay.
There's only one he cares about, and it's Rao. I think that's why it's flavored
do I
that
have
way.
I think I have do I have their wedding on a secret lair card? Is that
Yeah,
possible?
I do too. Yes, you do.
Oh, okay. Nice. I can't remember
yeah.
the name of the card right now.
And then he also, Atomic Wielder of Law also says, whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or a planeswalker you control, that opponent loses 3 life and you draw a card. So it's another chip damage card.
Which also gets doubled by issue.
Yep, exactly.
Wow. This deck has a lot of ways to make your opponent sad.
I've gotten a lot of positive feedback playing this deck on other people's streams. Most of the time, I play for that moment when they are when they finally recognize like what it is exactly this
Yes,
deck wants
yes.
to do. Like,
'Cause, yeah,
there's
if you
sort
don't
of
see
a
the
moment at the
pieces-
table. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Do
There's
you
a
tell
moment-
people what the title of the deck is? Which we have not said what the title of this deck is, but the title does give it away.
I have told people and they still don't see it coming, mostly because I think when I send people my Mox Field lists, they don't actually look at them. They just see Ishin and they're like, okay, I know what Ishin does, attack
Yeah.
triggers.
Yeah, which is what makes it so
Yeah,
awesome too. Is
have
I've
fun.
seen a bunch of Ishin decks and they're all kind of like mine, which
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fun to play, but
Yeah, this is definitely a different take on
yeah,
it.
if I built it again, I wouldn't build it the same way. So this is really cool. This is also a bit of a like,
Hey, there it
you-
is.
it's like you did it to yourself deck a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you get to choose if you're going to attack into me and die. That's not me doing it. I'm just a little guy over here on my birthday.
Zoe, you just showed the card where Ral and Tomic were getting married. What was that
Yes,
card?
it is called Savor the Moment. It's a secret
Yeah.
lair card. It says take an extra turn after this one. Skip the untap step of the turn. It's Ral and Tomic sharing their wedding kiss and then saying "I do." Come on, stop glare. There we go.
It's a beautiful one.
Yeah, it's basically the blue explorer.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you draw a card, you play a land.
Extra combat step too.
Yeah, extra comment.
We great with
Ishin.
Blue Ishin.
It'd be great with oh my gosh. I find so many of the Magic podcasts I listen to, nobody can remember the name of any of the cards anymore because there are just
There are
way
so
too
many.
many.
There are so many cards.
Great with
Definitely.
reconnaissance. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Reconnaissance.
Absolutely.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's also I was playing this format called Pilot, created by Valerie Fatality. It is a 80 card format that is in a Commander EDH variant. I do on my channel. I do a lot of EDH variants, and the wrinkle is you get your commander as Ishin, but then you get to add any vehicle that he could pilot. So he needs or mount. So it needs to either have crew 3 or saddle 3. So you can add blue to an Ishin color identity deck in Pilot, and I played that on the Fitz charity stream at the beginning of the year. A minus green variant of Ishin that was pretty fun. Same idea with less cards in it, obviously.
So that's a pretty neat variant.
What kind of vehicle does Ishin drive?
He drove that boat called the Belligerent.
Oh, yeah.
It is a
Yeah.
boat that can attack, and it gets triggers on attacks.
Was it blue-red or is it just
Blue-red, yeah. It's an Is It boat. That deck was called This Ship is Definitely Crashing.
Are you a big believer in deck names or?
Deck names are everything to me because you get to make a joke, and the jokes are just... I love comedy. It's one of my favorite parts about Magic is that I can use the framework of Magic to make my jokes in a way of like a shorthand with people that like get it because you know Magic too and I know Magic, and I can use that as a way of like making people laugh. It's one of my favorite things about it.
So what are some of the pitfalls of this deck? What kind of trouble does it get into?
It's very susceptible to like mass removal of creature or non-creatures, enchantments and artifacts. Like if you hit, like I said earlier, Farewell is a big one, but there's also Evacuation can really mess you up because it gets rid of all of your tokens.
Yeah.
I had someone. There's a two colorless and a green spell, Harmonic Convergence. Put all enchantments on the top of their owner's decks. I think that's the worst I've ever been blown out in this deck.
That
So
would
it's like
hurt.
not only are I getting rid of all of your stuff, I'm killing your next 10 draws. How about that?
Oh,
I
that's horrible.
cannot continue. Well done.
You did it.
What are some of like the big moments that you've had with this deck? Like a memory that kind of stands out.
On Girl Pod, I played on Girl Pod with Corey, that TCG guy, about a month ago at this point, and I sort of just got, like I said, just got left in the corner for the whole time while the other three people were menacing each other with giant boards. Like that person's a threat, that person's a threat, and they all take each other out. And it ended up just being me and Corey, and I got to use the Master Warcraft to finish the game, forcing him to only attack with his commander into me and finish him off. And I was like, that's why that card is in here. It finally happened.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah.
I have memories of playing my Ishin deck with Vinny. We were at a LGS, and we sort of formed this pod with two like self-described CDH players, and they were like, we're, yeah, you can play with us, but you could tell they were like, we're gonna kick your butts, like this is CDH, and they just kept counterspelling each other, stalling each other. Yes. They did not pay attention to us at all. And Ishin beat the two CDH deck because they just neutralized each other.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good memory.
Completely annihilate. They were anti-particles.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
That's for your doc if you watch this.
It's for what, sorry?
I have my partner is a particle physicist.
Oh, okay.
Or did particle physics, not a particle physicist anymore. Graduated.
Nice.
Nice.
I did get the Arrested Development reference.
That's me. I was the film major.
I have so much respect for Carl Weathers for doing that role.
Yes. That was his suggestion apparently to be that guy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He wanted to be really cheap.
Yes. He was like, can I be really cheap? And they're like, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. What a good sport.
Yeah. Really added a lot there.
Yeah.
And obviously pop culture reference is also a huge part of why Magic, pop culture, that's sort of like my niche where I'm trying to do my jokes and stuff.
And they're really converging too. We're getting so much pop culture in Magic now.
Yes.
Yeah.
For better or worse. I mean, I don't love all of it, but I'm glad that people who love SpongeBob can play SpongeBob.
Yeah. I don't have a mind.
I look at it like this. I have to engage with it, so why be mad about it? I don't really have a choice, and I love Magic, so if that's what they want to do for a little bit, I've seen this can't be worse than when they got rid of the attack damage on the stack, and I lost Steve, my beloved.
Do you have a dream Universes Beyond? Would it be Arrested Development?
That would be a good one. No, I think Dune though, mainly because I went in Ornithopter that is called Ornithopter, and that's where the word Ornithopter's the idea came from Dune. So it would be really cool to be like, well, we sort of stole this from you anyway, so come on in.
Yeah. That would be amazing. I'm trying to build a 100 Ornithopters cube. I
saw that on a. It was going to be in Boston Cube Party, and I wasn't able to go. But that looks like so much fun.
It does look like fun. So I definitely want to try it out. I was very inspired.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Is there anything we didn't get to on this deck that you wanted to talk about and that we didn't touch upon?
I think there's one last card I'd like to shout out. It's this really interesting card called Combat Calligrapher. It is 3 colorless and a white, flying, 3/3. And whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, that attacking player creates a tapped 2/1 black and white Inkling token with flying that's attacking that opponent. And then Inklings can't attack you or Planeswalkers you control. So it is... I don't have it in here now, I'm realizing, but I used to have Maskwood Nexus in here with that, which would then turn all of your opponent's stuff into Inklings, and they said they couldn't attack you at all.
Oh, amazing.
It's a real Teferi's moat for Inklings.
Yeah, that's sort of been the one thing that I believe I took it out because I want people to attack me.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
But I did get that off as a tie back to another thing, another good memory from the deck. I did get that off in an LGS and have someone get so upset that they, like, just after the game was over, just packed their stuff up and stormed off. And I'm like,
dude, that's so sad.
It should at least be like, that was awesome. Good job.
Yeah, I love it when I lose to a fun, surprising pair of cards.
Yeah. Don't like getting farewelled, but I like getting.
Yeah, at this
Sorry,
point
I like
in
farewelling
Magic,
you, Neil. Yeah, I like farewelling you, Neil.
I know. I don't. We disagree on that card, whether it should exist.
at this point in Magic, I care less about winning and more about getting attention.
Oh, 100%.
I think it's more fun
100%.
to get people like. I hit on this earlier, but that moment at the table where everybody's like, "Oh, that's what all of this is for. That's what you've been building towards." It's just like, it's nourishing to my soul.
Totally, it totally feels like the climax of a movie. There's like a twist, and it's like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I know. I could see playing against this deck and having that moment where you're like,
Oh,
oh, that's what it's trying to do.
yeah.
It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
like,
If I attack, I get.
Yeah, why isn't she attacking? She's got this issue, and I don't get it. Wait a minute.
Rudro.
Well, that's awesome. This is a really, really fun deck. I really love this build. That's what this podcast is taking looks at really fun decks that people love to play. And you clearly have a lot of affinity for this one.
Thank you.
It looks great. You also play Brawl, is that right?
I do. I write about Brawl for CardGamer.com, so I play quite a bit of Brawl. It is a different environment because it is 1v1, so it ends up being a lot more competitive. I tried to build this deck on Arena to like see if it would work. It does not. You get absolutely annihilated before you can set anything
the
up.
attention doesn't work in the digital format. The other person's not like, whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah. They're like, oh, cool, Ishin, it's dead.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's a fun format, though. I like Brawl. I especially like that it lets me bring, like, because I am originally a competitive player.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really lean that much into the comp side of things anymore, but Brawl does bring that out of me a little bit, and it lets me like scratch that itch while still doing the EDH content that I like.
Yeah, I like that it's a singleton format that's competitive. It's a nice little twist on things.
Plus, the way they set up the weight system is pretty good. It's actually the inspiration for how they did the brackets. So the weight system, how it works is each card is a value 1 through 45, or actually negative 45 through 45. And there are a few various cards that are higher or lower than that, like by a lot. And then the commanders also have their own huge weight. So each commander sort of like stacks up and will put you into a certain like tier. So if Ishin is like 500 and Shieldred is like 1,000, they shouldn't see each other.
Right.
So did somebody like hack into the data to identify how this works?
There was a bug that would spit out. Somebody found out if you build a deck that is like not actually playable and put one card in it that is, it will like spit back. It will fail. Trying to find a game will fail. It won't be able to find anyone that will match you, and it will spit out a number back at you in the error message that says, this is too low of a weight because of this. Weight is what they were using. So that person then built a script that swapped the one card out and did it for every single card and made a list of all the weights.
Wow.
And posted that
Humans
on
are great.
Reddit. Yeah. And then someone from my Discord built a calculator on Excel and gave it to me. And I was sort of just able to see what all the weights of all my decks were. And like who you face is like based on weight. So if it tries to match you with that number, there's sort of like a multi-system step that it will go through. The first thing it will look at is that number. The second thing it will look at is your personal account MMR for non-ranked. And then the last thing it will look for is how long you've been waiting. The longer you wait, the thresholds get less and less, and they care less about them.
Right. Just like me in real life.
I don't like waiting for things.
Yeah.
Just
It's
find
like
me somebody.
cooking a pizza. The longer I have to wait for it, the less I care how cooked it
Exactly.
gets.
Yeah, or if you're looking for a restaurant, your standards
Right,
get lower after you've been
The
driving
hungrier
around
you
for
get,
20 minutes. I've heard the term hell queue.
Yeah, that's the very, very top. So there's like a set of commanders that they're like, all right, no one ever wants to play against these. So we will give all of those commanders like 12,000.
Okay.
You'll never ever get that high with a normal commander. And
you
plus
have to
a normal
specifically pick
99.
these nightmare commanders.
So do you know offhand some of those commanders?
So there's actually, Hellq actually has like 2 levels, actually. A lot of people don't realize this, but it has like 2 levels. So there's like that very, very top level. You'll get cards like Ragavan. You'll get cards like Shieldred. The newer Atraxa is in that one. And the little clock.
Roscoe or something like that?
Yes, Roscoe.
Yeah.
He's up there, and then like under that you have like Sithis Harvest Hand, the new Calyx, the red treasure dwarf that when a dwarf taps it makes a treasure. Magda,
yeah, also a CDH commander, I think.
Yeah, because of the Clock of Omens. What a card.
So it sounds more like a Dante's Q.
Yeah,
7 layers.
Exactly. That's a great way of putting it. I love that. I'm going to steal that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why
awesome.
my Sithis deck gets matched up with Hellish. I don't play Brawl too much, but
you have a Sithis deck?
Yeah, I just sort of built with what I had.
Even if it's bad, even if the 99
it's horrible.
is bad,
yeah,
you're getting pushed up into that very high tier, because the commander is, people don't like facing it.
Honestly, it's just like removal, and it's it maybe belongs in the Hell queue. But I don't play Brawl too much anymore. I just try to be off my screen as much as I can. I have a brain in a jar job.
Yeah.
And,
you don't actually work with brains in jars, just to be clear.
No, but I could be a brain in a jar,
right.
and my work wouldn't know otherwise.
All right. Well, it sounds future-proofed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
Awesome. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I really love your deck. And,
we really enjoyed talking to you, Zoe.
Thank you so much. It was a delight to be here.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Really great stuff.
Yeah. Well, that was an amazing deck. That was so it's a surprising take on Isshin, a commander that you'll see here and there and talked about, and you have one. And
it's a very highly ranked commander.
Yeah.
It's one of the top 20 or so commanders in the game. Yeah.
People love doubling things, and people love attacking. So
yeah, we just need a doubler for doublers. We need a card that says
anytime you would double something.
If a triggered ability would trigger an additional time, it triggers an additional time.
So that's not a doubler. That's
that
an
would
additionaler.
be additionaler, right? How would you word it? Yeah.
Yeah. No. If an ability were to trigger an additional time, double it. Something like that.
Double it. It triggers 2 extra times.
2 extra times. Yeah.
Maybe just 1 is enough.
Doubling is plenty. I mean, doubling season is every time I see that card at the table, my math part of my brain just wants to go to sleep.
I don't even have a math part of my brain, so
right. Well, that's another episode for us. That was great. I really enjoyed learning all about that.
Yeah. I just want to apologize to someone. Post Malone has been sitting in the studio, and he really wanted to show off his deck with the one ring in it.
Yes.
But we're out of time.
Sorry,
buddy.
Sorry.
Next time. Maybe next time.
All right, don't get sad. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
All right. You can find us on Blue Sky and YouTube as Untapped Libraries, and all of our guests' deck lists are available on our Moxfield. Music is by Sparkling Water. You can find all of their music wherever you stream music. And as we said at the beginning, we are part of the Podcavern Network. Check out all of their lovely podcasts at podcavern.com. Did
you know there's an Isshin Ramen in Montreal?
The store.
I think it's a restaurant. Yeah.
Yes. Are we still doing the podcast, or am I stopping recording?
We could leave that last line in, maybe.
Okay, you can fade out on that.
Hi, I'm Nick Watson.
And I'm Bree Watson.
And we're the host of the Constant Struggle podcast.
We're also siblings.
That too.
Our podcast is about trying to balance art and life,
creativity and chores,
passion and paychecks.
Each episode, we talk to an awesome guest.
We learn about their art, their craft,
and all the frustrating struggles that come along with the journey.
So be sure to check out the Constant Struggle podcast
on the Podcavern Network.